Hello everyone to the Session 4 Week 1 review. Last week we had some trouble and we weren't able to get the newest version of Minecraft downloaded into the computer lab. The IT department says they have fixed that, and I'll be having Mrs. Coleman check it this week before the Thursday. But I think we're good to go. They said they fixed the issue. It wasn't too much of an issue, just a weird random internet setting and filter. Alright, so that means we get better dungeons, we get a more stable server, we get permissions that should hopefully actually work this time for all the new players, and we get shields, we get flying stuff, we just get a whole lot of cool new stuff. During the break I've been working on adding a few things. So one of them is I've been working more on the pet mod to make sure it's more balanced, more fair, a little bit better. At first, the first week, if you actually got your pet up pretty high level, it was pretty much unstoppable by anything. So I've toned back the pets and how much damage they can do at higher levels. I've also added some new skill trees and removed the old ones that were confusing to have around. So if I call my pet, hello Mr. Magma Cube, and we do PCST, you will now see that we've got 4 options. They are basically 2 melee types if you want fire or poison, and 2 range types if you want to do arrows with some lightning thrown in, or some arrows with fire. So they're pretty interesting so far. I've played around with all of them. I'll be adding more probably as we go on. It takes a little bit of time, and there's not a ton of options. Right now most of these are pretty identical except for the type of damage and the extra special ability. Everything else is pretty much the same, of right ability, inventory, all that stuff is the same, but I'll probably be changing that sooner than later. Alright, the other thing that I have added with pets, because it took me a little while to figure out that it was free and wouldn't cost me any money, is I have added a little NPC back here behind the railway station. And if you have any pets and you come over to this NPC and you right click on him, you get the options to switch and use any of your pets. Now it will actually ask you if you want to store the pet you have, if you have one currently, or if you want to get one out of like a bank. So I'm an op right now. It gives me a little bit of a different UI, but basically you'll see all your different possible mobs, what skill tree they have. You know, if I want an Ender Dragon, do I want one of my giants, Blaze. You just click on that, and now you've got your other pet. And so you can switch around, do whatever you want to do. Get back Mr. Bones. So you'll see that, and then you also see that a lot of these I don't have a skill tree set for because I removed the old skill trees. So yeah, you might need to reset your skill tree if you had one of the old ones set. Let's go with Magma Cube. I think he's pretty cute. Alright, so we've got that working. And then we also have I have added a lot more classes. So we have a few people give us some new ideas. So I have a new class designed by a student, the Unseen Eye, and we have the Revenant. And then I've taken over the Bowman, and because we now have 1.9 we have tipped arrows. And so you'll see now there's Bowman with poison arrows, Bowman with blind arrows. The normal Bowman gets spectral arrows, and then everybody gets Elytra. So you also see I can actually give specifically colored and enchanted armor. The problem is there is a bug with the command right now, and you get 2 of everything. There's not much I can do about that. You get 2 or you get 3. We can't get just one. But so in the arenas now, you just need to pre-equip your stuff. Pick what you want. You look pretty snazzy, and then go and fight. Along with we have more splash potions. We got other stuff, and then come back in here and choose poison. So you'll see I colored up the different groups a bit, so it's a little bit easier to tell what kind of a class somebody is from range. And also still get the bows and the arrows, and so you get poison marrows, all that kind of cool stuff. Still play around with that in the arenas. Right now, the arenas aren't really set up for using the elytra because they're pretty small, so I encourage some people to work on an arena that's designed for big air combat. If you need some help with that, I'm more than happy to help you get your arena started. So hopefully we'll see something cool come out in the next couple weeks as people work on things. Alright, and I think the only other things I was working on was the dungeon. Alright, one of the things I wanted to show you guys was the dungeon. And we're going to fly on over here. So just a reminder that there are treasure chests scattered about the dungeon area. And the dungeon, around the dungeon area right now, it's actually pretty dangerous. There's a level 44 mob, so be careful. The first level of the dungeon is just level 10 mobs. You guys can pretty much destroy these things without too much trouble. You shouldn't have any trouble. Second floor, see it says level 10. So second floor goes up to level 25. They should be a little bit more of a challenge, and then it gets a little bit harder every time you go down to a new level, all the way down to the 5th level, where you'll find the throne room. And if you get to the throne room and you get the treasure, you can also find that there's actually a teleport device down there to get you back up out of the dungeon. So we'll hopefully see nobody actually beat the dungeon this week, but if you guys do, I can always have it generate a new one for us. So I look forward to seeing you guys attempt the dungeon. If it gets really too difficult, I can tone it down next week, and we'll see how things go. But I suggest you guys get your pets leveled up a bit and get geared up, get your diamond armor, get your wands ready to go, and go have a blast, because I've had a lot of fun experimenting with it. Alright, I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye.